Hey, it's Kim, and I'm back with a video to set up December in my daily planner. My daily planner is a Sterling Ink Common Planner in the N1 size. If you are not new around here, you'll notice that I did switch out my cover. We'll talk about that later. I want to get to the insides. And I really want to set up December. I'm excited to get this month set up for some weird reason. Because I'm also, that level of amazed that it's December, but excited nonetheless. So we're gonna get started. In today's video, I'm actually going to be setting up everything. Like everything. Reminds me I need to put this sticker back on the 23rd. Okay, anyway. So I'm super excited to get set up, and I'm going to be setting up everything. So the monthly layout, my monthly dashboard, I'm going to be doing my monthly tracker. I'll be doing all of the weeklies for the entire month of December. If you watched a recent video I had up where I'm trying out a few different weeklies, and there was a clear winner among those that I decided to try out, I'm going to use that same weekly for all of December as well. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to kind of play with how I like to set them up, what decorative stamps and stickers and whatever else I like to put on the page for those weeklies. And since I said I'm setting up everything, I do mean everything. I haven't even done my swatches for December yet, so we're going to do all of that together. And no, your eyes do not deceive you. I still have not gotten around to using this quarterly spread for any of the quarterlies so far, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to go back. I thought that I would. I liked these stamps that I set up to kind of summarize the month, but I just never went back to do it. Also, I like the idea of summarizing the month, and I think I do want to do this going forward in my 2025 planner, but not in this way with these stamps. So once we get to 2025, I'll figure something else out, or it'll be blank for the whole year. Who knows? I don't know. But what I do know is that today is time to set up for December. So I've pulled out everything, and I mean everything. I had to agree to myself that, maybe my desk is going to be messy for a little while, and I'll have to just be okay with that. So I'm going to be okay with that. But starting out, let's pull out the things that are in the Sterling Ink subscription kit for December. All right, so these are all the things that I use to set up. I'm not going to pull these out. These are the date stickers. So for all of the days of the month, as well as the day headings, like Monday through Sunday, I do use those when I'm setting up for the dailies, but that's on a day-to-day basis. And wait a minute, I have two of these? Oh, so there's two of these, one from November, because I feel like some of those were not cut properly. So I love that Sterling Ink does that. Whenever there's a little bit of a issue, they definitely make up for it. So I have an extra one in there, which is cool. And then these are the vellums for December. So we have these two, the one that's mostly floral, and then the one that's floral along with some scenes in there. So I will leave these in the packaging since I don't use those in my monthly setup. All right, let's take a look at what's in the actual kit. We have the B6 size vellum calendar that I do use in my dashboard. And since the calendar for December is centered, that means when I do cut this down, I'm going to have to cut down some on each side if I want this to remain centered, which is fine. And then let's get to the stickers. Get to the main event. All right. Let's see. I'm going to look for like an empty or blank spread so I can lay these down and show you what the stickers look like. I'm running out of blank pages. It's the end of the year, so there's not a whole lot left. All right. So we always get these dates. It's called the Date Stampler Sticker Sheet. And I have been using these to set up those monthlies or those weeklies where I showed in my previous video where I'm kind of like ignoring the vertical weekly, whiting out some things here and there, and then using some of these numbers to set up the weeklies. So I may need that this month. And then here's the washi strips or the washi sheet. And then we do get two of these. So that's those. Next we have a larger scene sticker and some floral elements. A few more scene stickers. even more scene stickers. And then these are the borders and the corners, along with even more scene stickers, which I don't love. I don't use scene stickers a whole lot. So, okay. And then some florals, and then the larger vinyl sticker. That one's really pretty. Oh, and another vinyl sticker. I think I have the full subscription kit. I have the full subscription kit, and normally I think it only comes with one of these larger vinyl stickers, but the past couple of months they've included two. One, however, was like for the previous month. So I'm not sure what that's about, but clearly these both match this current December kit. I'm not complaining. So here's the business card for December, which you get in every order, along with a sticker sampler sheet that you also get in every order, not just the sub kits. So those are nice and they come in handy. And I have the December month headers along with the mini December calendar and the tabs for December. I had a recent question. Someone asked me which kit I get. This is the washi sticker paper kit. Is that what it's called? Or maybe transparent kit. I don't get the matte, so I get the transparent or whatever it's called. It is like a thinner washi paper. So I really do like that, and I like how it shows up against any paper that you're using. It doesn't kind of block out everything. So that's cool. So those are all the stickers that come in the kit. And I must say, at first glance, I'm not in super love with the colors. They feel a little blah, but also I'm laughing because I feel like at this point in my life, I need blah. I don't want a lot of color. I've been a little color averse lately, but that's cool. But I do think the colors seem very calm, not colorful. Whatever. That's just my first impression of the designs for the December kit. So moving on, like I said, I need to set up the swatch page, and that's where I usually will pick out any Tombow markers, washi tapes that I want to use for the month. And normally I'll start with one of the stickers from this little sheet that has or represents all of the colors in the current kit. So this is going to be the inspo sticker there. And looking through all of the Tombow markers that I have, like I said, I don't feel like I have a lot that goes with this, but I'll start putting these down on the page. So again, that's Tombow 942, and then this one is the Rytec Sign Brush Pen, and then this one is the Crayola Deep Rose. I'm not moved by any of these colors. I think maybe I need a deep green. So there is N57, which is not green, but it's kind of like a green leaning gray. There's 228, Tombow gray green. Let's go there. Tombow 228. I actually like that. Just note which of these I'm using. So this was 228, 942. This one is, I'll put DR for Deep Rose. And then that's Rytec. Let's put a WT. All right, so those are the marker colors that I'm going to use for this month's setup. And then some washies. All right, so I feel like those are decent enough non-color colors that I would want to work with the setups for this month. And another thing I was thinking about, and I was thinking about this like before November even started. I want to go back to using my Pilot Vanishing Point, and this is the matte black version, and it's a fine nib. This is like my favorite pen of all, and I know that it needs a really good soak before I can even use it, so I need to get on that. So this is the pen I'm going to use for December, along with my Diatramentis Document ink in black. Favorite combo, just keeping it simple, keeping it easy. All right, so those are my swatches. And once I get my pen inked up, I will write down what ink I'm using there. So heading over to the monthly, we can get started. And there's just, what, two lonely monthlies left. So first things first, I like to put the thicker border at the bottom using the washi strip from that sheet, along with a coordinating washi tape. I think I'm going to use this one along with this one. That's not too bad. I'm kind of impressed with myself. And then up at the top is where I'm going to put the title for the month. Like I said, I'm leaning towards a little bit more simplicity for December. Just a little bit more. So that goes there. And for the monthly items that I need to mark, and now that I'm looking at this, I feel like I could also incorporate gray markers. So I mentioned N57, which is this one. It's like a gray that leans a little bit green, and I do want to add that one here as well, because as I'm looking at the monthly, I feel like using that to note appointments, I might prefer that over using an actual color. So I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I'll start by just filling in a few dots to denote any time things that I have for the month. And then of course we have holidays. So there's Christmas on the 25th, New Year's Eve on the 31st, and then my kids are out of school. So I think the way I will note that is to use another gray along the bottom, but not this one. So I pulled out N89. I think I'm going to use N79 because it's slightly darker. My Micron is running out of ink. I did just place an order for a few more stationery items, including Microns. So I'm excited to get those in, and I was thinking I might do a video just showing all of my, I guess, stationery favorites. And these are like long-term favorites, things that I repurchase over and over and over. So those Microns would fall under that category. All right, and then I said to myself, I need to put this back here. All right, so generally speaking, that is all the stuff that I need to have on my monthly layout. So the next thing I'm going to do is my tracker. And the tracker is super easy, super straightforward. I track the same things, generally the same things. Usually I take some things out. Sometimes I'll add a few things. But I track the same stuff from month to month because I like to see how it all stacks up against each other. And I like all of my trackers to be in one spot in my planner. But my general formula for setting it up is putting the month header up at the top, and then on the washi strip sheet that comes in the kit, usually we get two like half washi strips. So this one is one and this is another one. And I would likely choose this one here on the right because it has that flower in it. I've been using Sterling Ink subscription kits, setting up my monthlies for the entire year. I think for like 2 years. Whenever she started, whenever Catherine and Sterling Ink started doing the subscription kits, that's how long I've been using them. I did have the thought that maybe I want to switch to something else for 2025. And I did a little digging. I looked around to see like what else I would want to switch to, but there's nothing else that I like, which seems rather crazy, rather comical to me. My issue is I don't like character stickers, so I'm not doing those. I do appreciate florals. I'm not into a whole lot of florals. So I feel like Sterling Ink does florals well. Like they're not too over the top, not too florally for my liking. If you know of any sticker shops that have sub kits that sound like they would be right up my alley, please leave them down below. Even if they're not subscription kits, that's fine. Of course, I am not opposed to just buying, individual stickers myself. All right, before I put the numbers in, and I do have to write these numbers in because I don't have any more of these horizontal stickers, which I knew going into the beginning of the year, I want to figure out which color I'm going to use for the monthly. I'm really leaning towards that N57. Is it because I'm just like not in a color mood? It might be. So I'm just going to use N57. So that's what's going to go here, and I'll put the title there. And as the month goes on, I'll use it similarly to here to mark my energy levels, mood, and all of that. So that will be the kind of highlight color for the month. So I won't write in all of the things that I'm tracking just yet, in case I want to take some things out, add some other things. So I'm going to leave it there. Aside from this though, I will put my little faces. So for the mood, like when I'm tracking the mood at the bottom, I don't track it too specifically, because I feel like during the course of one day, my mood changes. So it's really straightforward. There's like a sad face, there's an indifferent face, and then there's a happy face. And that's what I like to leave it at. That's it. So I did put those in there. So that is where my tracker is going to sit until it's time to switch over into the actual month. Next up, what should we do? Should we do my weeklies? Let's do the weeklies. I'm kind of excited about the weeklies. So again, I showed you guys the new weekly. It's April's weekly, and I need to, after I posted that video where I was showing all of the examples, I need to message her on Facebook, right? And tell her that I'm referencing her weekly to see if maybe she has a Instagram that I can link as well. But these are the weeklies that I'm using, inspired by hers that she shared in the Sterling Ink Facebook group. So I'm going to be using that for December. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 full weeklies. This 5th one is mostly the first week of 2025, which I imagine I will be in my 2025 planner. I don't like my planners to overlap in terms of years, and I don't like to duplicate too much information. So while the 30th and the 31st, like the dailies, are going to be in here, will I also be referencing the weekly from that new book? Not likely. I don't know. I may just leave this blank. I'm likely going to just leave it blank for the time being, but set up 1, 2, what do we count? 4 full weeklies for the month. So first things first, in setting up this new April weekly, is to mark in all of the dividers for the days. But actually, maybe the first thing is to actually white out these headers for the days. So the date as well as the days, since again, I'm not using this in a vertical fashion. I don't white out the timeline. It doesn't bug me. It's not really dark in the Sterling Ink planners, or at least I haven't found them to be very dark in the Sterling Ink planners. So I'm not going to white those out, just the dates. Okay, so the way I have them divided up, I have 10 spaces, 10 grid spaces for this first column. And this first column is going to be split into 2 days, top and bottom, Monday at the top, and is it Thursday or Friday at the bottom? No, not Monday at the top. My task list up at the top. And then the next days, or the next columns, are all 9 spaces wide. And another one of those favorites, speaking of favorites that I ordered again because this one is almost dried out, I do really like these Uni Pen fine liners in the dark gray color. So I did order another one of these as well. Actually, I think a couple of them, because I've tried using this and also using a pencil. I don't like my lines to be super, super dark. So I want them to be gray. And sometimes, even in using a pencil, I find that the line looks a little bit too dark for me. Actually, I started out using this fine liner, then I tried using a pencil, and then I went back to using this gray fine liner. So can you even see it? I don't know. You might not even be able to see it, but I'm going to go in and do that for all of the weeks. All right, so put in the little lines for all of the weeks for December that we'll be setting up. And then the next thing to do is to decide whether or not I'm going to stamp the days or use the stickers for the days. I know I told you I use this, where is it? The sticker sheet that comes, the date sampler or whatever it's called. I just told myself I was setting it to the side so that I can pull it out when I need to set up the weeklies. I don't know. Oh, here. This one. So I've been using this one, and this is an example of where I use it. This is the last week of November. If you want to see how this is going to get filled out, be sure to check out my November flip through video, which should be like the first week or two in December. But anyway, so here is where I did use some of those stickers to note the days of the week. So I have the larger number stickers and then the little small abbreviated day stickers. And that works just fine. The week prior, which is actually this week, I used stamps to stamp out the days, and then I did use the larger the larger day stickers. So I don't know. Here I stamped the number, which you may not be able to see, and then I wrote in the day. And here I used stamps and stickers as well. And then that one that was in that video, I used stickers for both the number and the day. So I don't entirely have like a format for how I like to do it, and I appreciate stamping the numbers. I think I really do like stamping the numbers. Part of the issue with stamping the numbers is the color that I stamp, also the size of the stamps. I have a whole lot of stamps. It's crazy. I do have a whole lot of stamps, and I photocopied all of the stamps that I have. I have all of these. So I photocopied all of the stamps that I have so I can kind of go through all of them and see them without having to pull out all of my stamps. So I feel like the number stamps that I have are not small enough for my liking for this spread. Most of my number stamps. And FYI, I do intend to punch these sheets and put them into the actual binder, but I could not find my mini 3-hole punch. I have one in my Amazon cart, but I feel like as soon as I purchase it, I'm going to find the one that I already own. But I don't know. So anyway, I don't really have stamps that I would love to use here unless I use this stamp set. Oh wait, these don't have numbers. So I'm not using these. I thought these were the number set. I do also have this little calendar set from Shachi Iro. I'm not entirely sure exactly where I got this from. I feel like Jet Pens might have sold it. Yoseka Stationery might have sold it. Amazon definitely sells it. It might be Amazon Japan, but it's like a little calendar and you can move the days around to set up any monthly calendar that you want. I'll show you an example because I just used it recently. So it's this one. And if you can see, like, you can just set up a little mini calendar for whatever month you want. So I thought to use the dates by themselves. So just like the little numbers. But for this, I feel like the numbers would be too small. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to use the stickers because I can't think of any better option. But now I'm thinking, am I going to regret using the stickers? Am I going to regret using the stickers? Because I do know that I need to redate a 2024 planner to use for 2025. So, though I have quite a lot of these, will I have enough to like redate an entire planner? I will. 1, 2. Because there's 2 numbers on here. So you have the really small ones and then the larger ones. I prefer to use the larger ones. Just because, you know, the way my eyesight is set up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 full sticker sheets. And again, these are included in every sub kit. So should I continue with the sub kits, I'll have even more, but I don't have 8 to use for the full year if I wanted to use these larger stickers. But a large part of me is thinking I don't want to use these stickers for that anyway. So I'm gonna stop rambling and set up the days using these stickers. And I should use tweezers for this. Though I find using tweezers for stickers a little fiddly, and I don't normally, when I want to place them precisely, I feel like they do help. I have to admit, they do help. So I'll put the Monday sticker. I just feel like it takes longer to use a tweezer to do this. And I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong about that. But do you want it to be straight or do you want it to be quick? Depending on the day, my answer will change. For right now, I would like it to be straight. So as I'm putting in all of the little day stickers, I'm thinking about how I'm going to set up the rest of the week. So I don't think I'm going to put the dates on the little boxes, but I will put in the actual deco stickers. So what I've been doing is using a large one here on the bottom right hand side that goes across the entire border, or width of the page, I should say. And then something, not this, and then using something over here underneath where my task list would go. So I may still do that. So I'm counting how many of these half washi strips I have left. I have 3 left. I do have 4 weekly spreads, so I'm going to need something to go across that 5th week. I do have this one, which could work just fine. I think it will work. I don't love that they're all repetitive, but we're going to use different markers and different washes and color combos to kind of set it off. So first things first, something I just noticed, I didn't white out this little mini calendar. I do white this out because, like I said, my task list goes over here, so I don't need to see this. So I like to go in with the sticker that kind of most embodies the colors in the kit first, and use those for the first weekly of the month. Why? Just because. There's no specific reason, just because. And this section below this sticker is what I've been using for my next week. So my list for what's going on for next week. And then the next thing I'm going to do is put a little deco sticker here, which the scene stickers could work for if they're not too big. I almost feel like these are too big for my purposes, but I will overlap them on another day. And actually, I think this one works well there, but do I want that with that color? Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So this one's going to overlap all up into Monday and all of that, which is perfectly fine. I'm going to distribute all of the stickers first, then circle back and decide what color markers I want to use, if I want to add some washi. Speaking of, before I stick the sticker down, do I want to add some washi here? I think so. So what I've been doing is reserving the space below 9 o'clock for my next week list. So I'll just put this washi right above that 9 o'clock mark. And did I do 9 o'clock here? Yeah, I did. Okay. And then lay this sticker right above it. So I do really like how that looks, how that washi with that sticker looks. And then this sticker might be nice here. Just a little washi there underneath this larger deco sticker. And then I was thinking my sleep tracker is going to go here. And this is also another opportunity to put some kind of deco, washi, whatever. I've been stamping a lot lately, so using a lot of my clear stamps on my dailies. So I have found that I don't need a lot of these stickers from the kit for my daily pages. So I feel like that gives me license to just put down stickers everywhere. Let's move on to this week. And we will put, so the remaining ones I have left are that one and this one. So clearly I'm going to do this one. And I do want to layer it on top of some washi. And I'm just putting this a little off center because I do want to show what the washi actually says. So, yep, and I'll overlap this one on top of that. Now what can I do over on the right hand side that will give me the same vibes? So this sticker is really nice. I think I want to use that one. Oh, this one's also nice. I think I'll use that one. It's a corner sticker. I feel like it's perfect for that corner. Attempting to line that up carefully. I will trim any of these other ends of stickers that I have hanging off. All right, and then for the last, this page definitely needs something else. Should I still put this one here somewhere? I think I should. I'm just trying to think in my head if I want to repeat that washi. I do, but how exactly will I do that? Like that, and then that. That might go into my sleep tracker area a bit too much. I think I'll start this up at the top. And then put that sticker there. I don't know. It might look good. It might look crazy. I don't hate it. All right. And then one more. So what was the other sticker? Oh, this one. So the last time we paired it with that washi, should I pair it with another washi? I'm leaning towards no. And then I could also use this corner sticker there. Again, placing this right above 9 o'clock. I don't mind if it overlays any of the day spaces. That is quite all right. Oh, that's crooked. That's okay though. All right, so now I'd like to pick out which markers I'm going to use. As suspected, it's not super easy to make a thin line with this thick marker, but it's fine. All right, so that's where the title for my tasks is going to be. And then, wow, that looks terrible. I have a marker, not a marker, a paper clip underneath here. So it just messed up my straight line that I was attempting to make, but oh well. And then here is where I'm going to put the title for next week. All right, so that actually is fine. Didn't feel like a lot. It didn't feel too stressful. When I have my pen inked up, that's what I'm going to put in my titles for tasks, sleep, and next week. I did say also that I think I might want to stamp the numbers. We're going to circle back to that. But while we are on markers, I'm going to put in the spaces for workouts and dinners on this spread. Just trying to kind of see where I put them. I think like at the 6 o'clock. So that hopefully I'm allowing enough space above this line so I can put the date stickers. I think I am. All right, I like the way that one looks. All right, so that's that one. And then, so I kind of like this burgundy-ish color. I was wondering if it looks very similar to the Crayola. Not too close. And I don't know how I want to mark the places for my workouts and stuff, so I'm gonna move to the next one and see what I want to do here. Let's do green. As soon as I said let's do green, my head was like, no, let's not. So maybe let's not do green. I don't know. I'm undecided, so I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do anything. All right. So that's kind of where I'm gonna leave my weeklies for right now. I feel like I'm out of practice with setting up all the weeklies at the same time. I'm out of practice. I need to get back into the flow. So that's where I'm gonna leave it for now. At least for the first couple of weeks, I'm ready, more or less, to get started for December. And then during that TV time that I mentioned, that's when I'll sit down and run through and put down or stamp or whatever all the other dates for the remaining weeks. All right, so weeklies are done. Last but not least, we move on to the dashboard for December. And where's that gonna be? At the beginning of the year, I marked down all of the space I would need for all of the months. I think I may be able to get away with moving that page up one, then start here. So I'm only one spread ahead. That's fine. So I'm going to put my December dashboard right here. First things first though, I need to cut down my calendar. Even though I'm not going to place it down first, I do want to first trim it down. So the size I like to trim it down to is about 4.25 inches or so, give or take. Nothing is exact. And that's what we're going to tip in when the time comes. And I will round those corners now. All right, so on the left-hand side, I do my dashboard, where I just note what I'm focusing on for the month. And then on the right-hand side is my one line a day. And I will just write in the name of the month since I don't have a sticker to use. And I think I'm going to use this Write-Tech marker. And then I also do use the other large washi strip from the kit. So I'll kind of swap it. I'm going to use this grid washi at the bottom. This washi is actually vertical. Would I prefer to put this vertically? Because I'm feeling the vertical washi. I do appreciate that. It's a little bit different. I could put this down here along with this one. Let's do it. Don't ask me how. I'm just going to do it. So that's actually not bad. All right, I'm liking it. And I'm going to slice this washi here so that the page turns a little bit better. Write in November at the top. Hand lettering is not my forte. November, I spelled that right, right? While I'm here, I'll do one line over on the right. Oh my gosh, you guys didn't tell me. I just wrote in November. Why? Okay, maybe you did tell me and I just didn't hear it. So, I'm gonna wipe that out. And write in December. So that's December. And now I'm going to write in the days for the month. All right, I'm going to tip in the calendar. Did I write November anyplace else, guys? I don't think I did, because on the tracker, I used a December sticker. All right, good. So on the left-hand side is where I do my overview dashboard. So I like to specify what I'm focusing on for the month, what I'm reading, reading, learning, watching, all that. So reading, watching, learning, and project that I have for the month. And in October, I use the space at the bottom to do kind of like a monthly summary. I'm going to do the same thing for November, and then the same thing for December. And I'll just go ahead and mark that right here. That's where that's going to go. So again, once my pen is inked up, that's when I'll put in the headers for all the things I'm tracking on my dashboard. And now, friends, I consider this layout or this December setup done. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but I thank you so much for hanging in there with me because I feel like it's going to be a long one. But starting from the beginning of all the things that we set up, I have my December monthly where I'm just noting any appointments that I have and any things like my kids being out of school. Also holidays. I didn't put down like a holiday sticker. I feel like I should, but again, I feel like this kit doesn't have a lot of floral stickers that also aren't just singular items. So for instance, aren't just like one flower. I wanted to put down, things that were a little bit more involved than that. Though, maybe this red flower would look nice on December. So put that down there. And that works between Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And then that's all the deco I'm going to use on the monthly spread at the moment. When my pen is inked up, that's when I'll go in and fill out any of the appointments and reminders. And also, once November is over, I will transfer all of these little page flag sticker items to remind myself to schedule things for December. And these little circular stickers are from Poi and Hun. This one I believe is from Cloth and Paper. And the square stickers that, do I even use them in here? Are also from Poi and Hun. The smaller squares, the larger squares are likely from Cloth and Paper. And then these transparent rectangles are from Poi and Hun. All right, so that is my monthly. And then the next thing we did was the tracker for December. Oh, I forgot to put my December header. There's always something I'm forgetting. So I'll just go right ahead and pop the December header sticker up there. That's my tracker for December, set up and ready for me to roll. Again, like I mentioned, I'll wait until we get closer to the start of the month to transfer all of the items that I'll be tracking for December. It's usually the same. Maybe I'll add to or take away some, but I don't want to do any of that prematurely in case things change, in case plans change. And then my weeklies for December, I'm using that April layout and using that for all 4 weeks of December. And I did go ahead and put in the markers and the stickers for most of the weeks. I think I will come back and stamp the week numbers using these numbers here. I don't know if they're too big, but these are the Madeline stamps from Carrie Bradford Studios. So those are the numbers I'm going to use on my weeklies. I do feel like they might be a little bit too big for some of the spaces, but we'll see. And as the month goes on, that's when I'll stamp in the week numbers, and maybe on some of these weekly layouts, I'll stamp in the dates as well. So I did 4 of the weeklies. I left this last weekly that goes from December 30th to January 5th blank because even though I will use this weekly for the 30th and the 31st, I don't really want to bother setting up the whole thing for the 1st through the 5th if I'm going to be in my new planner starting immediately on the 1st. So that's why I'm leaving this one as it is. No need to waste stickers and washi on a setup if I'm not going to use the entire layout. So those are the weeklies. And then last but not least is my dashboard. And of course, I'm realizing that I didn't put the tab up at the top since it was so difficult for me to turn to it. I have all of the tabs for all of the months up here, and that's how I quickly turn to them when I need to. So I'm going to use this tab, and I'm going to use the side that has the red flower. All right, so this is my dashboard for the month. I'll have my focus for the month of December here, what I am reading, watching, learning, and any project that I'm focusing on for the month will all be noted here. And then at the end of December, I'll do my wrap up down here at the bottom. I may also do some kind of wrap up at the end of 2024 in this book somewhere in the back. We'll see. I haven't fully thought through exactly how I'm going to lay that out. When it comes to mind, you'll be the first to know. So this is where my layout or my dashboard is. And then on the right hand side is my one line a day, where I write down any highlight, low light, whatever from each day of the month. So that is all the stuff and all the steps for my December plan with me. Thank you so much for following along on today's video. If you have any questions about things that I've used, feel free to ask them down below. I will also have the link to my Amazon storefront down below as well if you want to check out any of the products I have listed there, which are all affiliate links. Again, thank you so much for following on today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.